A question new investors often ask is, how do I find a good stock to invest in? And today I want to share with you a very simple technique that you can use right now in order to scan for stocks using stock market forums. How's it going, guys? Ryan here. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about all things investing, stock market and wealth management. And today the topic we are covering is how to scan for stocks, and in particular how to do it for free using stock market forums. And this is a technique that I use on a regular basis when I've got a bit of spare cash and I want to invest in a new stock. But before we get into that, guys, please remember to like this video. It helps me out so much with the algorithm. And please remember to leave a comment down below with regards to some methods that you use on scanning for stocks. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, join the channel. We talk about all things stock market, investing, wealth management, all that cool stuff. So guys, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. And the reason I'm showing you guys this technique is it's because you can apply it to any stock exchange in the world. In Australia, typically we use a stock market forum known as HotCopper. This covers effectively 90% of all conversations when it comes to investing in the Australian stock market. In saying that though, there are stock investing forums across the world and you can apply this technique in order to scan for stocks easily and for free just using stock market forums, which everybody has access to. So let's get straight into it and jump into my computer. I'll see you back there. Welcome to a main stock market forum in Australia known as HotCopper. It covers a lot of the investing talk across the Australian Stock Exchange, and it is effectively the biggest forum for discussing the ASX and ASX stocks in Australia. This is, I suppose, one of the key platforms that I use just to see what's going on within the market at the moment, and understanding what's going on. I also use Twitter as a social media way to do so as well. Keep up with the news, all that sort of stuff. But if you want to scan for stocks, I can show you a really easy way to do it with stock market forums. I'm just using HotCopper as an example to do that. If you're in the US, there are plenty of US investing and trading forums that you'll be able to do the same thing. You can also log on to the ASX if you're an Australian investor or whatever securities exchange that you are using, and you'll be able to find similar sort of stuff. So we're on the front page here, and what we're actually looking for is announcements. So right up top, we've got announcements. That's fair enough. We want to go to the ASX ones, obviously, and we got all these announcements. Now you can see there's a lot going on here, right? And a lot of this information is, I suppose, unfortunately, irrelevant. And as a result, we want to filter it out. So the important announcements are classed as something that is price sensitive. So we're going to hit that. And just if you're not aware, price sensitive announcement is effectively an announcement where the company believes, or the ASX legally says that they have to make it price sensitive and put the stock into hold because it could affect the share price. Effectively what it does is prevents, I suppose, your bots, your people who are consistently watching the share from taking advantage of price sensitive announcements, and people who are unaware that they're coming are effectively missing out, whether it be on being able to buy more, selling out because it's a poor announcement, that sort of stuff. Price sensitive announcement is an announcement that affects the price in layman's terms, basically. So as you can see here, we've got lots of examples of price sensitive announcements. So what I like to do is effectively scroll down and look for ones which pique my interest. Now, typically I do look in the minerals and mining sector. That is my forte. So I'm going to be looking at things which I could, I suppose, identify that show that there could be some value to a stock. And what I'm looking for is things like, company presentations, results, those sort of things, significant announcements. Obviously, these are all quite significant in the sense of they're all price sensitive, but I'm just going to scroll through and see what takes my fancy. So as you can see, we're scrolling through to see these announcements such as, issues for securities. You've got project presentations, that sort of stuff. We're just scrolling through, seeing what is going on. Okay, here we go. NME, further drilling results. So that is of interest. Let's open that up real briefly. Let's have a look at that. Drilling results, interesting. Let's have a quick look. Oh, here we go. Now, what are they doing? They are a gold company, and we're looking at, I believe, the assay results. So let's say you're not that into, I suppose, minerals, and you don't understand what to do. So you're looking at this and you go, okay, is this good gold grades or not? Is this company hitting something which is significant? Effectively, simply what you need to do is then go look at existing companies which are mining gold. Which ones are successful? What are their grades? What is the volume of gold they currently have? What are they selling it for? What are their costs of production? You know, those sort of things. So just looking at this stock in particular, I can see 4 meters at 2.63 grams a ton of gold from 29 meters. Now that is interesting. That is relatively close to the surface. Now you'll find with gold stocks in particular, a lot of gold stocks you have to drill, 100 meters deep before you get to the gold. 29 meters is relatively close to the surface, and 2.63 grams a ton isn't too bad, especially across a 4 meter period. And you've got a 1 meter period which has 14.82 grams a ton of gold, and that's at 57 meters deep, and that's a decent grade. But in saying that, you're seeing here 1 meter. It's only 1 meter's worth. It's not like it's 10 meters worth and you got this huge slab, for instance, of gold. 1 meter's worth. But you're going down. These results look pretty good. And effectively what I'm doing now is going, okay, yeah, this looks interesting. And I come back to this and I go, okay, what's the market cap? Wow, it's a company with a relatively low market cap, Okay, so I'm going to then, click here, bring up some of the other announcements and that sort of stuff, impressive drill results, all that sort of thing, and go, interesting. Let's go to the website and look at this stock. So, Metallicity Home, interesting. Corporate, yeah, investors, this is probably what we want to see. What are the financial reports of this company? It sparked my interest. I'd really love to know. Let's learn more as an investor, and what I'm doing now is bringing up the finances of the company, effectively looking through and seeing, okay, what's going on. Yep. So we got, our exploration results, that sort of thing. These are the drill holes and all that sort of stuff. Cool. Nice little images there, and you can, I suppose, visualize, see where the gold is going through, the grades, all that sort of stuff if you really want to look into it, which if you're going to think about investing, absolutely, that's what you want to do. But what I'm doing is I'm going through and I actually want to look at stuff such as the financial position. So as you can see, you got the directors, pay, their benefits, all that sort of stuff. You can see the costs in that sense. Keep going down. Yep, directors report, interesting. See what they're getting paid, which is cool. Looks like share price, shares being issued, performance rights in this situation to directors. Yep, that's fine. Bit of skin in the game for the directors, which is good. Yep, going through, cool. All interesting stuff. But what I'm hoping to find at some point is the financial report. Here we go. This is what we're looking for, guys. Now, keep in mind, this looks like it's an exploration company. So you're not expecting there to be a huge amount of income. But what you want to look for is effectively how much cash do they have on hand, whether it be loans and that sort of stuff. What is the debt? What is their ability to pay it back? What are their current outgoing expenses? All those sort of things when you're looking at investing in a stock. So let's look at this. Okay. So you can see when you see a number in brackets, it means it's an expense or it's a negative. When it's not in the brackets, it's a positive. Right. So you can say revenue, that much, expenses, that much. That's fair enough. You tend to expect your expenses are going to be high due to the fact that we're exploring at the moment. Scrolling down, okay, can see we got some assets here, cash and cash equivalents. So that's saying we've got 1.1 million cash on hand. We got more money than we did last year. So I'm assuming they've raised or something like that, or they've gotten a loan in order to raise some cash, that sort of stuff, Let's keep going. Liabilities, provisions, liabilities relate to assets. Yep. All that sort of good stuff. And we'll keep going through, look at their financial position, that sort of stuff. This is information you really want to look into in depth. I'm just giving you a brief overview because I want to go through and scan some more stocks. But okay, this is a company which I suppose does take my interest. It looks like it may have actually some decent results, and it looks like they are in a financial position at least to continue their exploration. So if we just close these tabs real quickly, let's have a quick look at their stock price. As you can see, it's actually been going down after, to be fair, a huge leap back in the day. And what's formed there is actually a flag, a big flag, and it could break out at the top of that. So from a technical perspective, that's cool, a good stock. But it has come down quite significantly, as you could see. So interesting. That is a stock I'd add to my list and, you know, have a look at it a bit more and maybe consider investing in. So let's go back to our list and let's look for some more interesting announcements. Okay, let's keep scrolling through. Okay. Here we go. Kidston Hydro Project, Genex final investment decision. So we've got a final investment decision here, guys, for I'm supposing a hydro project to go ahead. And we're going to go, okay, let's have a look at that document, right? So the board makes refreshed investment decision for long-term concessional loan facility of up to 610 million that reflects closed final terms. Okay. Genex Power Board delivers a positive final investment decision for the Kidston Pump Storage Hydro Project. So that effectively means this project is going ahead, and obviously what I'd want to do now is read a bit more about the project, read a bit more about the company, understand the company, and if it looks something interesting to me, if I think it has potential, then hopefully what I'm going to do is then go, okay, I'm comfortable now to invest because it's met the criteria that I believe it is worth more than it's currently sitting at. So let's just go back here, guys. How did the market react to the situation? In fact, are we in halt still? No, there has been trading volume today. As you can see, it's been pretty choppy actually over the past 3 months, 6 months. It's come down, that sort of thing. Wow, not actually too much going on with this stock. Not necessarily a bad thing if something's going to happen, but we can see we're actually in a long-term downtrend, which isn't actually a fantastic thing. So, but I'd look more into that, you know. Let's keep going. Let's have a look for one more that might take my interest, I suppose. Let's keep going down. Love these distribution estimates. Geez, obviously the day for it. All right. Thick mineralization intersections from shallow depths. So effectively what I've interpreted purely from that statement is we have a thick mineralization, which means we've got a resource which is significant. It's large. It has, I suppose, decent grades over a big period, but it's also shallow, which means you don't have to dig, 100 meters down before you get to the resource and outlay all that capex. Effectively, it's shallow, you dig into the ground and you hit it either immediately or very quickly, and you don't have to shell out all that extra money in order to get to the resource. So let's look into it a bit more. And we're looking at Cyprium Metals Limited, I believe they're called. And you can say, yep, okay, cool. They had a decent run today, and it's obviously going to be off the back of this announcement. As you can see, yeah, okay, it's been going, no, not too bad. It had a bit of a run over the past few months. It's actually had a good year from the look of it. Yeah, relatively good year. I'm assuming this is the impact from COVID, for instance, but then it's climbed back up. But let's have a look at this announcement. Thick mineralization. And what resource are we talking about? Okay, so there's a diamond drill program, consistent sulfide mineralization at shallow depths. Diamond drilling of supergene and sulfide mineralization confirms. Now, this is not a resource that I'm too familiar with. So what would I do now? I'd go, okay, what are the other sulfide companies? What are the sulfide grades which are considered economically viable? What do sulfide grades need to sell in certain products? What are the other companies out there doing? That's what I want to compare this to. But looking at this, let's have a brief look. So, yep, basic information, fair enough. We're pleased to provide an update of our 1700 meter diamond drilling program at this it's a copper gold project. Okay. Yep. The program is consistently intersected thick zones of sulfide mineralization. Now, sulfide's not gold, but it's a gold copper project, so that's a bit of a flag. Are they ready for this sort of resource? That sort of thing, you know. Let's keep looking. Okay. Cool. No worries. Yep. Results, all that sort of stuff. You get your cool little images of all the results and that sort of stuff. So these are the things that they send back to the labs. Let's have a look. At shallow depths ranging from 45 meters up to 209. That is thick, guys. That is a big resource, and I don't think it's what they were looking for. Copper gold project, but they found sulfide, right? But we're talking 45 to 290 meters. That is a large portion of mineralization. Effectively means it could be a commercially sized resource that we have here, and there's a lot of it to mine. So that really does take my fancy, and yep, can see as the results go. It's all good stuff. Yeah, all the photos, there we go. That's a nice little image, and as you can see, you know, you got your copper, your gold, all that sort of stuff within there. All cool stuff. This, for me, I'd want to be looking a lot more deeper into this, and effectively looking, I suppose, at, okay, what are the grades, what are the resource size. And one thing I have noticed is they haven't spoken about grades, and if I'm looking here, if we're looking at grades of things, relatively low grade, but if we're talking, you know, thick, when it comes to gold, for instance, you can perform a process known as heap leaching, and effectively that means it's not the typical process of where you look for, I suppose, gold in the sense of it's mineralized in veins at a high grade. Instead, it's, I don't know, sprinkled through the ground, and it needs to be leached out of the dirt. So it's heap leaching. That is the process to extract the gold and the mineralization from the sand. But interesting one, guys. All right, let's jump back out, guys. Cheers. And that's wrapping it up for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy the video, and I hope you found some value out of this video, in particular with regards to how to scan for stocks for free using forums. If you want to use HotCopper, absolutely you can, or you can use any other forum and apply the exact same technique. You can even use individual stock exchanges themselves and view their own announcement lists. So if you did enjoy today's video, guys, please remember to give me a thumbs up. It helps me out so much with the YouTube algorithm, and leave down below a comment with regards to how you scan for stocks. And if you haven't done so already, please remember to subscribe to the channel. And with that, guys, I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.